It's the next day and I'm here at the campsite. We're about to go out on the boat to the reef. Back to the Florida Keys. All right, I'm loaded up. It's 5:30 a.m. One of the tires felt like it had a bump in it. Back on the road after changing the tire. And there it is, Alligator Alcatraz, Key West. Yay! All right, we're almost to Key Largo. Seven-Mile Grill, the old bridge. All right, we're pulling into Bahia Honda State Park. Great view. All right, we're in.
Hi, Tricky Brandy here from sunny London. You're watching our weekends on YouTube.
All right, it's the next day and I'm here at the campsite. I'll show you around really quick. It's a day late, but I'll show you around. All right, here's the front of the campsite looking out. My truck, kayak. We're about to go out on the boat to the reef. Here's all my stuff, my scooter, ready to hit the water. Let's go. Here I go.
The boat dock area is in the campground, so it's not too far to walk, just a couple hundred feet, depending on what campsite you're on. And here is the lay of that. And now we're exiting the marina where the boat dock is and heading out into the bay of Bahia Honda. So you see on the left is the old historic train bridge, and on the right is the modern bridge that was built after that. So we're heading toward the old bridge, and that's because the reef is on the Atlantic side, because we're on an island. On one side is the Gulf, and on the other side is the Atlantic Ocean. So we're heading out into the Atlantic Ocean. The reef isn't too far away, about 7-8 miles off the coast. So that's where we're heading. And you see behind me is where we just came from. That's the campground right behind us. And now we're out into the Atlantic Ocean. You can see we went past the old bridge a little ways. And here we're looking toward the Atlantic Ocean. There's no more land out there. And this is my sister behind me, and her husband is driving the boat. Thank you to them for taking me out. And there's my sister having a good time with me. And look, you can see all the boats way out in the distance. We're getting closer. And we made it. Here we are, about to get close to the reef. And look how clear the water is. So beautiful. Yeah, there's some seagrass, and we had a unpleasant surprise. Jellyfish everywhere out here. And jellyfish will sting you if you brush up against them with some tender skin. So you really got to be careful. But we're not deterred. We're going to get in the water. And we're tied off to one of the Maury's balls, so you're not allowed to drop an anchor out here because you'll tear up the reef. So you got to tie off to one of these anchor points. So now I donned all my diving gear, and I got my action camera so I can go underwater. Look, there's the jellyfish down there to the left. You can see them. You'll get a lot of closer view once I get underwater. And believe it or not, I did not get stung. There was a lot, though. Look at them. Very faint blue, light blue. All right, it's time to jump in to explore the reef. Here we go! It looks cloudy at first, but it's not that bad, actually. You just have to swim down because it's deep here, about 25 foot on the sandy bottom. But the reef protrudes up from the bottom to get some good views without having to swim all the way down. And then the light really makes it beautiful. You can see all the colors. So many different kinds of fish, you just can't see them all. There's small ones and big ones. Check out this ray fish. I don't know if it's a spotted eagle ray because it's got a short tail. But I tried to catch up to it and it just swam faster and faster to get away from me. I couldn't keep up. But how cool was that? It's so beautiful down here. Look at these tiny, tiny little fish. My brother-in-law threw some chips in the water and the fish went crazy. I don't recommend this because you're inviting some other people around, like sharks. Hello. Not for me. But it's very cool to see them eating chips and swimming rapidly all around us. So we finished up here, got back in the boat, and headed back to shore. And my brother-in-law asked me if I wanted to look at this man-made reef close to shore. So I said, yeah. So that's where we're at now. We're about a half a mile from the coast, and there's a man-made reef right here. It's a sanctuary, so the coral reef can grow. And it's thriving here. Let's jump down in and take a look at this reef. And it's very shallow here. It's only about 6 feet. So you can see so much. Look at a jellyfish. Well, wasn't that cool? See, two different reefs, one natural and the other kind of artificial because it was initiated by, I believe, dumping debris, concrete, things like that, out into the ocean for the coral to stick to and start growing. And it seems to be working. What a beautiful day here in the Florida Keys. You can see the old historic bridge. That's where we got to head to.
Does.
So we're done for the day and to start heading back to the campground. What a wonderful day and what a wonderful time to have fun snorkeling around the Florida Keys. So let's head back in. Almost back to Bahia Honda State Park. We're going under Henry Flagler's railroad bridge. It's over 100 years old, falling apart into the ocean. Wow, so spectacular. What a scenic picture every time you ride down the Florida Keys. Something that's awesome. Here we are getting close to our campground. This is going to wrap up our part 2 of my trip to the Florida Keys. I hope you enjoyed this content, and if you did, please hit the like button. And if you want to see more content just like this, hit subscribe and the notification bell so you'll be notified when I upload my very next video. Do me one more favor, share this video with a friend as it'll help my channel grow. Thank you so much for watching RV Weekend, so we will see you next time on part 3 of my trip to the Florida Keys.